Hello everyone, welcome to another video on this fine Saturday, on this fine weekend as it were. The North American launch of Wii U happens tomorrow, Sunday, November 18th. How many of you are picking it up? I'm kind of interested to see how many people, what the interest is like and how many people are going to get it on launch day. If you have any interest in it whatsoever, let me know below, because I have to wait another 2 weeks because it's out on the 30th here in Europe. But enough of that, we're just going to get straight into this match, which is using the same team as I was using before, the one that Joey made, the lovely, delicious team that I so enjoy greatly, and we're just going to get into this match. So, I lead off again with Landorus. It just seems to be my favourite thing to lead with, and it works pretty well in most situations. So, I see Jellison, I'm going to U-turn straight out of there, knowing that I don't want to take a Scald, I don't want to take a Will-O-Wisp. Neither of those are just options that I want in any sense or any measure or anything immediately at all ever. I go into Rotom because it can easily take whatever this thing wants to throw at me, and he ends up taunting. So not a really big deal because I was just planning on Volt switching out anyway. There was the potential that I would go for the Will-O-Wisp predicting a switch, but I thought, you know, let's just Volt switch, get some solid damage, and once Volt switch has the damage, I can go into Tyranitar, threaten him with the Crunch, and that should be good because I am pretty sure that this is going to be a not Will-O-Wisp Jellicent, that it has Taunt. The fact that it's carrying Taunt, I feel that it's not going to have Will-O-Wisp. So I'm kind of feeling safe going in here. Unfortunately, I get hit with the other status, which is Toxic, so that kind of sucks a little bit. But in all honesty, it's not going to be a huge deal because I just really want T-Tar to punch holes through the team, and he only needs a couple of turns to do that, so that shouldn't be too bad overall. So I could go for the Crunch here, but I was sort of afraid of him going out to like Magnezone or something. I didn't know. The best move overall was to go for the Pursuit because it didn't make much sense for him to stay in Jellicent on Tyranitar, and I am really actually surprised that he stayed in anyway to take the hit. But I don't kill him with a Pursuit, and Sandstorm doesn't take him out either, so that kind of sucks. The good thing about this though is that if I had killed him with a Pursuit, he would have been able to go into something like Garchomp and set up a Swords Dance, or Magnezone set up a Sub, or Cloyster and goddamn set up a Shell Smash. So in all honesty, that kind of helps me because it allows me to not be locked into Pursuit. I'm going to switch out knowing that he's not going to switch, go into my Latias, and now I have a free Psycho Shock to go for. Psyshock, not Psycho Shock. A free Psyshock, which is going to kill the Jellicent, and if he wants to go to Blissey, predicting the special attack, he's going to get hit on the physical side. So that is actually going to be fantastic, and he goes into Blissey on the Psyshock, as does happen, which is, look at this damage. This is why Blissey cannot really function as well anymore, because a special attacker in the form of Latias and stuff like Keldeo even wipes the floor with Blissey these days. It really doesn't stand much of a chance. So taking a big chunk out of the thing, but I do not want to be staying in here because I'm afraid of him just soft boil stalling me to all hell, and I don't want him to soft boil stall me while I'm burned and I have Life Orb. So I go into Tyranitar thinking I can get a quick kill with either a Superpower or go for the Crunch, and it turns out that he double switches as well, goes into the Magnezone, I guess, predicting the Psyshock again, thinking I was going to stay in, but I didn't, and we end up in a situation where I could probably go for a Superpower and take the Magnezone out, but him going to fodder his Jellicent was so obvious that it was kind of just bleeding my eyes through until they bled out my face. So it was gazingly obvious, and so I crunch him instead, and he dies. It goes into the Garchomp, and I don't know what kind of Chomp this is yet, and I do not want it to substitute as I switch, and T-Tar's poisoned already. I don't really feel he has much of a need anymore in the team. He's taken out Jellicent, and that's good enough for me. So I'm going to let that happen. I'm going to let him kill me with an Earthquake. He pretty much looks like he's scarfed at this point. The fact that I go into Landorus, intimidate him, kind of force him out there, really kind of shows me that yes, he is most likely scarfed, and it kind of works with his team composition as well. So I know he's going to switch. I'm going to go for the Stealth Rocks as he does go to Infernape. Would have been nice, I guess, to go for the Earthquake predicting that switch, but I didn't really think he was going to be that offensive and go straight to Infernape on my Landorus. I guess that the Stealth Rock was kind of obvious though, so that makes sense. And I don't know, the way that he brought it in so aggressively made me almost think that he was a Hidden Power Ice version of Infernape with Life Orb. He does have the Life Orb, but it turns out he doesn't pack Hidden Power Ice. Either that or he predicts my Rotom to come in going for the Stone Edge, but it wouldn't have made sense to go for the Stone Edge on the Rotom anyway. Close combat would have been much better. So it seems likely that he isn't carrying HP Ice and is most likely likely a more physically Life Orb build. So he's going to switch out to his Blissey, not wanting to take a Hydro Pump from my Rotom, and I thought that was probably going to be the case, so I'm going to Volt Switch out and go straight into my Staraptor. At this point, nothing on his team wants to take a close combat from Staraptor. I mean, Garchomp can take one, it can do rough skin to me and stuff, but it probably just wouldn't want to take the extra damage. There's no point in it doing so, and nothing like he has Magnezone, which is weak to it. He has lots of stuff which just can't switch in. Infernape is too frail. He has to let Blissey go. Nothing else he can do, and I'm able to clean it out with the CC. So that is beautiful. Staraptor now locked into the close combat is kind of a little bit annoying, but I guess it will probably work out dependent. I am sort of afraid that this Magnezone is going to live the hit, though. I just have a feeling, because I don't have Stab, and he's very close to full HP. Magnezone has pretty decent defense, so I didn't think I was going to be able to kill him with a close combat, and I thought I need Staraptor. This thing is outspeeding the majority of his team, barring Garchomp, and Garchomp is going to be easily stopped with Landorus. Landorus, like, checks it 100%. So I need Staraptor to finish off the rest of his dudes. I go into Rotom expecting to take a Volt Switch better than I do. I actually end up dying from it, which, that is, as I said, fully specially defensive Rotom. So maybe he specs. It seems likely that he would be a specs one, and, well, he takes me straight out. But in this scenario, he Volt Switches straight into his Garchomp, and the nice thing about this, there's no problem whatsoever, is that I have an open window to go into whatever I please. And that so happens to be Landorus. I get the Intimidate, making sure that his Outrage, as you can see, how little Outrage does to this Landorus. This thing is practically a Gliscor. Like, it is so defensive. I love it. Intimidate helps it so much, and it just has incredible bulk. It's just phenomenal. So I Hidden Power Ice, don't quite take it out, and I U-turn here, which probably wasn't the best of ideas, but I guess I didn't want to keep Landorus in for him to go into something, and I don't know why I U-turned. I guess it was just for style points, really, more than anything, but I end up taking him out, so that's good. Landorus isn't at a huge amount of HP, but in all honesty, the only thing he was necessary for was to stop Garchomp and potentially Infernape, and now that I know from earlier his Infernape is Life Orbed, I can just go for the Brave Bird on it as he switches it in and take it straight out. So I'm not sure what his deal was staying in there with his Infernape, but maybe it was to bait me into Brave Bird so that he could now go into Cloyster and potentially shut up a smash and try to ruin my life. But I feel that in all scenarios, the best thing to do is Brave Bird. If I switched out, there was the potential of him Shell Smashing, outspeeding everything, and causing havoc without taking any damage, apart from Stealth Rock. If he just killed me, I would be able to revenge him easily, because he wouldn't have the Shell Smash boost. So it seemed just pertinent in general to stay in, go for a reckless Brave Bird, do as much damage to this Cloyster as I can. I also noticed that the Cloyster isn't carrying White Herb, so he's most likely a Life Orb variant, and I know that I would really like to have my Staraptor just in case that Magnezone turns out to be something weird and is able to do something strange. So I Death Fodder Latias. He takes himself out to Life Orb Recoil. If he hadn't had a Life Orb, then Sandstorm would have killed him after 2 turns. I could have gone into Fortress to take any sort of hit, even just died, whatever, it wouldn't have mattered because he would have died from the Sandstorm after that. And then I would have had Landorus and Staraptor to take Magnezone down. As it happens, he's able to knock himself out to the Life Orb. I go into Fortress because I kind of want to just kill this Landorus with an Earthquake with a Fortress because I think that would be cool. And as you can see, his Thunderbolt does a butt ton to me, and this is a especially defensive Fortress as well, so kind of makes sense that he would be specs there, and that's exactly what happens. He's locked into T-Bolt. At this point, I think I'm just going to piss around. I'm going to go into Landorus, and I'm actually going to decide to finish the match off with a resisted hit, because screw freaking logic. Let's just take the Thunderbolt, because ground type, and go for the U-turn, and U-turn is actually going to just nip this Magnezone off, finish it, and leave it dead in the water, as it were. So that is going to be the game. I think that's like a 3-0 with Fori still alive or something. That was pretty fun. It was a good game, and I did enjoy it. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be using this team a lot more, as I have said previously. I'll try out some other ones that Joe sent me as well, but this one is it just feels right, you know, when you just hit that sweet spot, it's good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see the other game I had with the team earlier, you can click the screen right now and go check it out. If not, please feel free to leave a like on the video. The likes always help me greatly. They just make a huge amount of difference. They really do. So if you did enjoy, you can do that. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time, and yeah, goodbye.